Instagram out of the picture. All right, I'm going to tap in with y'all for a bit here. Peace and blessings. Hope all is well. Today we are just getting some more work done. Right now I'm just organizing some Notion-related assets for connected camping. And yeah, hopefully I'm not exposing anything. I'm just working on like a form build, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy in here. But yeah, also just wanted to be here on the live, chop it up with you all for a bit while the music's playing, give me an opportunity to share with you all the recent music that I've been working on. These are the early rough drafts for those that were a part of the early live streams. I was creating a brand new song every single day for the month of February. And so if you're watching this back, I'll ask for you to go check out my YouTube channel. And there's a playlist called FF25. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Check out that full playlist. There are 28 brand new songs that I just created in the month of February. And yeah, over the course of this year, we'll work on selecting a single or two or three from it, and then working through the process of hopefully getting it all professionally recorded, mixed, and mastered so that we can properly release it as a body of work. And whether that is in parts, as in like a first half, second half, or maybe in 4 parts, who knows? We'll see how that unfolds. But I would love for you all to join me on that journey. And the last time I did a live stream, I also did a lyric breakdown for an upcoming single that I have called Endless Seams. And it was just way too fire. It was so much fire content in one live stream. I decided that it's probably best to keep those live lyrical breakdowns as a really special treat for those that join the Discord. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in for some really dope, genius level lyrical breakdowns on some of the music that I've been working on, then absolutely hop into the Discord. There is likely a link on my social media profile wherever you are tuning in from. So definitely check that out. And yeah, until then, I'll just be here working and getting a few things done on this side. And yeah, y'all feel free to chime in whenever you want. Hey, Brown's boy, peace and blessings. Uh-oh. Which one? The one on YouTube or Twitch or Kick? One of those. I seem to be live on all the things, but we'll double check. I wonder if I leave this, will it do anything? Nope. Should be fine. Hey, what up, y'all? On the 4th. Pile the papers up, this never could have been what I imagined. So yeah, we're just getting some things done. I'm gonna pop into this this view here. Hide some of the sensitive stuff. I don't know why I turned it that way. Yeah, working on this form building. So I wanted to integrate some of the new features from the layout builder inside of Notion. And so that's what I'll be doing in this current moment. Just kind of cleaning this up and giving it a little bit more structure. I want the maybe type and responsible individual here and where the results are directed to. And then range I'll add. The responses I actually want not here. Remove from layout. And I'll actually add that as minimal property icons, little add tabs. And so we'll add the questions themselves. Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad to know it's still working just fine, that's all. As long as everything's good. So cool, we'll have a tab for the questions, and then we'll also have a tab for, wow, I didn't realize how much was in here. Okay. And we'll go with the responses. Turn the 808s and the bass and the running laps. You don't know the wolf and the castle player run the facts. And let's make this just like a straight up question mark so it's easier to see. There we go. Highway patrol, they ain't never honest. We can hit the swerve in the lane, steady dipping on them. One hand gripping on the wheel, getting tires peeled. You should feel that. And so yeah, right now what we're doing is just structuring out the form. It's what I call connected forms in this particular database, but in other workspaces, I actually have it referred to as the form center. And the purpose of this database is to essentially organize and keep track of any forms that you build for an organization. Sometimes that stretches, right? Like you might have forms built in Google Forms, others in Typeform, others in Fillout, others in Notion itself, right? And so the goal of a form center is to actually help corral and organize all of these forms into one space to make it easy for you to keep track of who is responsible for that form, where the build link is versus the public share link. Also, where the results of that form are directed to, right? Like, do you have that form connected to, say, a Google Sheet or into a Notion database or into a ClickUp database or whatever it is? This form center really helps you to get a broad overview of where those things exist and where they're pointed to. So that's the whole purpose of this particular database. And I'm structuring this one so that I can then go in and work on the purchase request form. And I want let's add the final form link up here. I'll also add the set it off. I ain't got nothing but to bet it all. Form editor link. That's the one I wanted. I ain't got no front in me, y'all. None left. I done went east, I done went west. I done sought peace, let it play ref. Let's see. Okay, let's add the result exports as a section over here. We'll also drag all of the property groups over here, and then let's figure out how we want to structure these things. Let's add this in here like that. Let's add the form ID as a separate item, sub item. Let's add the sub item up here. And the purpose for a sub item is like, say for instance, you have forms that communicate or talk through one another, right? So you might have like a specific onboarding form. And then when they get through that process, it pushes them into the second form, right? With this relationship property, you're able to indicate that based on how you're keeping track of all of your forms. So that's what the parent form and sub-item form relations are for. And they're just self-relations to this same exact database. Doom, doom, doom. Let's add this to the main layout. I think I want to put range over here. Would you still be who you are deep within? Would the world commence in the wars that divide if you? Or maybe I want. Maybe I want that there. We'll keep working on it. Let's see. Imagine if they could pick your human design, color eyes, and your ribs. You all are listening to FF25. We are just in a flow, getting some things done. But yeah, definitely, yeah, I just popped over to view y'all just to make sure everything was good over there. Let's see, we got this log update. We can add that as a button. A second set of arms for their job. Dynamic link. Let's add this to the layout. I'll just biden the time to their usefulness through. Conditions. Yeah, we're basically going to separate out each one of these properties just so that they're really easy to see over here on the right-hand side. That's something that I like doing. Yo, peace and blessings. What's good? How's everything going? We're just over here doing some Notion-related work at the moment. Listening to yours truly, Mr. Wildenfree, FF25. I just recently created a brand new song every single day. February flows. I think you popped in for that. Maybe not. I could be mistaken. But that's what we're listening to. We're listening back to those rough drafts, those performance recordings. And yeah, we're just doing a little bit of work, you know, in some true co-working fashion. Just doing some work on the back end, and this is for a community organization that I help to facilitate by the name of Connected Camping. So if you're in the Atlanta area, if you've never heard of that, definitely check it out. Hey, there you go. New viewer in the building. Do I have like sounds? Actually, very hilariously, I have some funny sounds that I want y'all to know that when I got this little machine, I didn't set up all the buttons, but there were two very specific buttons that I set up for whatever reason, and these are those two sounds. Here's the first one. Y'all heard that? Brownie points to everybody, to whoever knows where that comes from. And then the second one that I set up is probably as long as heck, but let me see if y'all are getting that. My bad, God. That's hilarious. Oh, hold on. Y'all may or may not be hearing that. It's too hilarious for y'all to be missing out on, so hold on. I'm pulling in way too many audio channels from things that aren't actual audio devices, which is hilarious. Here we go. I think it's the main track. Oh, I know what it is. It's I gotta put it on a track. I gotta actually. Okay, here we go. And we gotta make sure it's outputted. Smart pads. Outputs. Outing. Multi-track. Should be expanded. Should be pushing through. Let me see. Oh, word. Definitely. I appreciate that. Mr. Wildenfree on all streaming services, but that FF25 playlist on my YouTube channel is crazy, bro. I think you'll definitely appreciate that one. Absolutely. And come back. Let me know what you think. And if you like it, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Ella, what's up? Peace and blessings. That is absolutely Korean. And I wish I remembered one word. Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me. But peace and blessings. Grateful to have you here. The reason why I said remember is because I visited South Korea last year, and I at least knew 4 words while I was out there. But it really is one of those cases where it's like you use it or you lose it, you know? Let me see. All right, this should. Why is multi-track not finding its way here? Remember is one of your favorite words? That's hilarious. Ooh, Ella, you gonna have to make me pull out a dang translation machine. Watch it be some beautifully written Korean spam. That'd be hilarious. What? Oh, that's fascinating. Like the way the letters and the numbers play with one another. Yeah, that's fascinating. I would have never made that correlation there. Very fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. See, now I'm on like a whole detour. This is how y'all can tell I might have like a little bit of uh ADHD tendencies because I am now off on a full detour to decrypt what was just said to me. Yo, appreciate that. Hey, the plot twist one? Oh yeah. Plot twist, hot clip. I'm the top pick. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. I told you I had a feeling you would enjoy them if you found your way here. I feel like as long as people find me, I can hook them. I got the bars. I got the work to hook them. I just need to find people here. Like people have to find me here, which is why I'm here shining this lighthouse, this beacon, just doing the things that I'm doing. Let me see. Okay, I swore I had all of these things on, but I guess not. Yada yada does it. Maybe it's me that's out of sync. USB-C advanced audio device. I wonder what device that is. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. I would say it's like spiritually grounded, but like also grounded, right? Like where it's like not um I feel like I've oscillated a lot in my career as a music artist, and I mean by nature of my being, like I think we grow, we learn, and we shed versions of ourselves, and sometimes we become more, and sometimes we regress. Sometimes we turn back into versions of ourselves that might feel as though, oh, it's a complete devolving of who we once were, but in actuality, it's just an alteration that is assimilated and integrated, a shadow, perhaps, right? Like really allowing ourselves to unify with things that we tried to um, really, I don't want to say obfuscate, but more so like deny. Like there's a portion of our growth where it's like we are becoming more than we were, and in efforts and essence of doing so, we start to deny a bit of that previous version of ourselves. And then we continue on that growth path. And somehow, some way, we start to reapproach some of the things that we were doing in those times that we would have denied, only to find that there were aspects of it that we were going to integrate into a whole version of ourselves, right? So sometimes we deviate, we learn, we grow, and we kind of have this tunnel vision and this very specific uh, moral juxtaposition to this version that we were. But then when it's all said and done, somehow, some way, we integrate aspects of all of it, all of ourselves to become the whole of ourselves. I hope that makes sense. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Browns boy, for sure. Yeah. And what I'm trying to do right now is figure out how to get the other audio device to allow y'all to hear these funny little sounds I have sitting here. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those aspects of no. Um oh, maybe it's this. I don't know. That's weird. Or is it not pointing out? Yeah, that's weird. Virtual signal? No. Learn another. Oh, in the United. I hope you keep up now. Glitching. Let me switch to my double. Does it look? Why all people only connected direct hardlined in? Absolutely. I don't know. That clearly OB resolve that. I'm gonna have. Uh, am I alive? Did y'all hear that? Okay, that's also weird. Hmm. I wonder if this will burn my eyes if I put it in light mode. Okay. Nope, didn't even change. That's a faulty system. I think I'm back live, but we'll see. We will see. Um, it says I'm live back on YouTube, but I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure. Let's see. Live stream. I think that's the. Where are we at? All right, we got the. All right. I think I'm back live. We're going to see. I think I'm back live. If I'm back live, y'all let me know. That way I know at the very least. But anyway, we're going to get back to the work we was up to after the extended Hey, what up, Juan? Peace and blessings. What up, Valia? Good to see y'all. How's everything going today? We're just chilling. We are getting some things done. I think the title remained on all of them, but I'm literally just going to be working inside of Notion for a little bit and playing some music, playing some of that new Wildenfree from my recent work, FF25. And this is brand new music that I had been working on over the last month of February. And I did it all right here live streaming across multiple platforms. Currently live on Kick, Twitch, YouTube. I thought about going live on Instagram, but I was just like, they'll be all right. I'll check in with them another day. But yeah, just back into the flow of things today, and working on some Notion related stuff. My mouse is moving a little slow. I'm not gonna lie to you. This usually moves so much faster. Let's see what's going on here. Live out your tragedy. Y'all listen to this vibe. And turn this up for y'all. Seething and scorned will get you nowhere.
Best make with that water and that dirt a better garden. Looking for the truth beneath these roots, steady digging where they going.
Hey, what up, Pac-Man? Appreciate you. Much love, much love. Yeah, we just kicking it, just getting a few things done for the day. I was making sure my mouse was back up to speed. It was acting a little slow there for a second. But okay, yeah, so today we'll be over this one. Oh, let me not do that. So y'all not seeing all that on my live stream. The results will be directed to the order requests, I think. Let's think about the best possible way to make this. Well, I know first thing I want to do, I want to take this to a separate page that I can view down here alongside the work I'm doing up here. And somehow my mouse slowed down again. Okay. Every now and then, this little mouse that I bought doesn't do what I bought it to do, which is unfortunate, you know. They sell you dreams with all of this tech and hardware and stuff. They're like, oh, it can do all of this stuff, and then you get it and you're like, really? Kinda. It's a little not actually doing what you said it would do. But that's like everything. Apple devices, Notion, every piece of software I've ever used, it's always some kind of pipe dream. But that's just the nature of the beast, you know? Like, that's the byproduct of really aggressive marketing tactics and getting users to buy in before the thing is actually done. That's just how it is sometimes, you know? More times than not. Alright, what I wanted to do was figure out a way to get itemized orders. So I want new order items, and I want each one of those order items to be processed into an order request. And I want a new form to document that. Let's create 5 questions. So give your order request a title. Now I wonder if okay, this may or may not work. View linked property, move question, next one. So they would only be able to request existing order items. Yeah, I'm sure you won't mind. That's a dream I refine for the woman that'll really make. All right, so as much as I would like to use Notion's built-in form builder, it just simply cannot do what I want it to be able to do. And so that's my current bottleneck. What I will likely end up having to do is build it with let's add fill out in here. I'm dodging 9 to 5s like it added up to 12. Living hell, I belong. Gotta remember what account let's see if I integrate my shadows, never giving up. Do this already? Tailor made, I never been the same, so you can keep the change. I always change. Copped another cloak to dress the part. I'm walking up. Coattail caught a fire from the blaze of my ignited heart. This is a cool background, right? Really nice and clean. Actually, I think I could just sign in with my. Okay, yeah, just sign in with my Google. I get off when in the club. And I have like a dark mode thing on, which gives it this nice dark mode because this is not native to fill out. I will tell you that. All right. Now let's see. I want to create a purchase camp ticket, interest order from independent founder. Let's hope all of this stuff continues to exist after I yeah, let's go with a Notion connection. And I want to connect it to connected camping. Maybe. And then let's see, I want the order request database. Yeah.
Damn, Jit.
Purchase request form. Let's make it simple for a title for now. And then what I will do is let's figure out how I was actually naming them.
Make it cinematic. Start it up. Get the bending corners. Highway patrol, they ain't never on us.
They were kind of abstract, really.
Dipping on them, one hand gripping on the wheel, getting tired feel. You should feel that.
Requesting team.
Wildenfree. Tell them pretty ladies they should get like me. Wow, make it feel well. You ain't know we had
order
it like
items is definitely one we want to add. Transactions, no.
Let them know they ain't heard none of
Date
this
needed. Yeah, order title. We'll drop that in there.
Well.
Put order title up here.
Forever flowing on the sixth. You're listening.
Why did the mouse slow down once again? It never fails. I don't understand.
Walk a ledge. You wish to avoid a purpose for you to fill the void.
Beautiful music to drown out the noise.
Tap of the tempo to ease your boiling temper. A rub of the temple. Deep sighs in those that ease tension, that quell all your questions. Well, I may have good news for you. If this tune makes your wilting flower bloom, you already hold the keys to make room. In mind, body, and spirit, I know your soul here could feel it. That you could make a way, turn nothing.
You know, I think it's because I bought this mouse.
Gold.
What you call it?
Broke the mold. You
refurbished.
All the trials of before.
It's a foolish mistake. A costly mistake at that.
Go your own pace, run your own race,
Eat more water.
steer your own lane.
Give yourself grace.
Send up all praise, think less often.
Now give yourself a round of applause.
You sure have endured it all, as you'll continue to do. Cause I believe in you, and you'll believe it too. When you quiet the mind, you'll start to see it true as you bloom. Yeah. Well. And that's it. Wildness
Center that.
free. Forever flowing on the 7th.
There we go.
Let's go.
Well, set it off. I ain't got nothing but to bet it all.
Speak my mind, I done said it all. Still got more coming. I ain't got no frontin' in me, y'all. None left. I done went east, I done went west. I done sought peace, let it play
What a
rap.
title.
Get the chaos of the Euro step. Back to back, I'm back in it.
I wonder if I
just ends up winning.
should
Highs
do
so much fun
a
sinning.
login
Lord be
page.
more than my witness. Got the flow.
If I did,
so let it be all for my
what would it connect to? Let's
Set it
see.
Right. I said it
We
all.
want the integration
I ain't got nothing but to bet it
to.
all.
It would only let me connect to a
Still make time for
database.
the main call on the other line of the
Login
game.
methods.
Talking would all be the
Google,
same allure.
email.
If it ain't broke, why would you all speak the same demure? Broken pieces, this record to providing this
thought it
effort.
would let
we
me
ain't doing one
connect
side.
a,
I'ma bounce out for
person
one
property,
time.
but I guess
Steady
not.
bounce, no front. I ain't letting up, no frills. Why you getting hot? Let it go chill. I'ma keep it real
Record
with you.
picker.
I ain't sign up just to deal with you. Beautiful life, let me build with you. Fire this work, spark a flame.
It's always the
Carry my
simple,
sight till I
the
lay
simple
in her
builds,
sand.
or the
Set
things
it
that you
off.
think are going to be simple builds that end up being like
Yeah.
a bit more convoluted than you would initially made out. Okay, yeah, like
Yeah.
why is that property not there?
And
Let's
that's
see.
it.
Should be directly tied to it. So
Wild.
y'all see how my mouse is doing me again? Slow all over again.
Forever flowing on the 8th. Let's go. Well, imagine if you could pick your human, your style, color eyes and your wrist, the width of your eyes and the color
Alright,
of
let's
your
see.
skin. Would you still be who you are deep within? Would the world commence in the wars that divide if you could pick the language of life? If you select the love
Columns
for
to
all
show.
time? Would we finally put aside the belittling lies? Would we actually know the traits that save humankind? Would the repercussions be so little it's worthwhile? Tell me that the choice ain't possible, why try? Should we make the option for the parents next round? Imagine if they
Alright, this is gonna drive me insane.
Do
not know why
plus the genetic
this mouse
pigment of your skin, less melanin to try and optimize your beauty for the current trends. All the socialites would love you, it's true. You can't even catch a cold, you can't comprehend the flu. Your parents set you up with the best that they knew. Yet it's different from your peers, rocking extra set of ears. Some ended up with horns, others just couldn't afford. Still classing them as poor cause they do their own chores. Some scraped enough to buy a second set of arms for their child cause hard-working labor is all they know. Now their children customized to do it better for show. They try and put their limbs up for show. Get hired by the ones whose skin is
simple default value
just
here.
for entertainment. The Janus and Jarvis could solve all their problems and harvest the crops. So the humans that are doing it too are just biding their time till the usefulness items. Well, to be continued.
And then we'll change the button. Yes, we want to give them the option to create pages.
Free. Yeah.
Only show new pages.
And
then pass information to subform. No, we don't have to do that. Date needed.
Well, yeah.
I feel like this is missing things, which is really interesting.
Renewed the passport, time moving too fast for me to not appreciate.
I feel like it would usually have a person property. I feel like I was able to select the person property before, but maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. Let's look. Let's see. Add a new field. Oh, yeah, right? So requesters is like right here. What's up with it? Oh, I think I need to add an email field. Let's see. Update. Go back.
Just keeping peace of mind, seeking we shall find what's usually right on time.
Is it just an email field I'm missing? Let's just drop that in there. And then validation. I don't know validation I want.
Wild and free, forever flowing on the.
Not connected. Here we go. Connect.
Well,
Water title. Why is that what you want me to connect?
Saying that you will, you never won't.
Oh, let's go back to the integration.
The
it's like recognizing requesters, but then not recognizing it. That's so weird. Okay.
It doesn't have to happen in a day.
You can build your own. You can fix your fate.
Don't be so obsessive, partner. Stop and fix a plate.
Update.
Wash your face and don't forget to pray about it. Meditate, ease your mind, find your way about it.
Okay.
You can win your wars even if they're chronic. Life's still moving fast, getting photonic. Stillness in a moment to breathe. Take a moment to be. Take a moment to see it all so clearly. You could just mold it to be everything you needed. That's enough to dismantle what is tough.
Y'all have to bear with me. I haven't used fill out in several months. And here I am trying to build out a purchase request form.
That existentialism will murder your craft, suffocate your creativity.
Driving me insane.
You gotta exercise.
Alright, let me go back and grab some stuff from these other forms.
You just gotta show up. Don't worry about best. Experience it all. Don't make it a test.
Did I not edit in that one? Let's see which one is live. Volunteer.
Course correct.
I guess I could add it. I don't need to add a welcome page. Okay, cool.
Well, alright.
What I could do is connect it to our staff database. That would be a nice way to go about it. And then I can have the automation inside of Notion add the individual requesting.
Let's go. Well, if the theme is grace, feel the color, the lens, till it's almost opaque. Till everything that you see lets you feel it today. You see it all on my face, don't need no Cartier. I smile with gratitude. This life I live is magnitudes, just teeming with abundance, more joy, a lot of substance, sit poised like adjustments. Posture of the sun-kissed, blessed with all my senses, no question, it's a good day. That's what I would say. Regardless how them dice get thrown, my equilibrium brings balance home. So even when the world wants to shake me, know that it won't break me. So what, let's say you do stumble, recall the theme again. Grace is what could heal my friend. You gotta give it to yourself. You have to go, forgive yourself. You have to mend and accept help. Be so willing that you see. You gotta let go what's been dealt to pick up a new card. Appreciate the past, but the present's where you need to be. That's word up to Terminarch. Chatting in his live stream of conscious. Let go of that nonsense you do when you play honest externally. You still be lying to yourself. Have
Sitting here working with these forms reminds me why I just want to rap.
Once you realize the only suits you need, the heart of you, wild and free, and that's my truth. I've been spitting in this booth, these four walls of solitaire, not solitude, because I contain multitudes.
I don't have to worry about logistics.
Yeah.
And process automation. I slipped into this category of being a technologist and operator.
12.
Which is fine, but, you know.
Those eyes light up so quick, yet that same light fades too quickly. Hey,
there are
Sean,
more enjoyable things for me to do, if I'm being honest with myself.
Done wrong. Not a thing, I'm just on another planet. So far, I slipped off gravity, lost, and swimming back to the actually at the distance so long that by the time I reach, there may be nothing left of we. And that is such a tragedy, cause I really rock with y'all. Though I fly off like a bird, I'm migratory, absurd, cause physically I'm still here. Just mentally I'm dispersed. I try so hard to connect, yet love my space, no regrets. This atmosphere is so clear, though you're so far I feel near. With a parable of paradoxes, filling up boxes, yearning to move. Respite of the dolo, the peppermint soothe, the steeper the herbal to bring on the peace. The deepest I breathe, the center of the steam provides a release, and anchors a tether, keeping me as close as I can be. Outer opposite the plexi, steady extending the palm, hoping we still get along. Yeah.
Alright, form link. We'll have to get that figured out, but right now I want to arrange these questions. So let's at least get this section right, and then I'll worry about everything else when I can like really lock in, because I do feel like I'm like slightly wanting to pay attention just in case anybody chimes in.
Forever flowing the 13th
about the music, because that's my priority.
You don't really need the skills just to show up. Only in the process do you glow up. Excuse to hold up yourself. Can't keep fearing to fail what you want to sell. Something about yourself, just don't sell yourself short. You develop in a course of experience. Yeah, be a student to life, but don't sit here all night. Get on out and apply, stand face to face with all might. Damn right I said that I'm next. Only way to do it I'm meant to. And I can't become king here without you.
Is that the
we
right
gon'
thing
to figure out how
there?
to rise to. Every occasion we feel embracing and becoming who we are in the moment as we were called to do. The secret of the skill unlocked for you. Only when you finally sought not to force or perfect, and just let it manifest like a bubble effervescent. You should never mind if it pop. Never let it be while you stop. Tick tock, tick tock.
Conditions
the last grain done came and went and returned, and you still trying to prepare to share what was always there. Just lay your soul bare.
Options and questions. Okay. So let's put
Well, wild and free, forever flowing the 14th. Let's go. Well, I done fell for the peace of the lone wolf. Hard not to see the love sought in my reflection. Lo and behold, there's always more to the lesson. Still I feel the levity.
Why do I feel like there's so much more in that category than there was before?
Equations of flow in relations.
I deserve who's waiting on me. Stay patient, shawty.
I'll be working to align.
Should it line up?
I've been cherishing my time till the time come. I've been praying to refine who am I.
Not the form. I don't need the form here actually, because I'm in the form page itself.
Know it when I see you. I hope if you don't need
Caption,
theatrics,
condition,
we can go in the low.
Questions, and then
let me hold the front.
For sure, not this one. I feel like this divider element. Oh no, I think that's for the. Yo, Omatiem, what's up? Peace and blessings. How's everything going? We're just, you know, building stuff out in Notion, co-working, kind of chill session, listening to the music.
If you feel it, well, darling, speak up. It's loud as ever in this crazy world.
Let's see what that
when
looks
everything falls apart, I want you in my arms, seeing you a work of art, looking back like
I'll get a better example of this if I go to another form. So let me see.
Then we take another dance. Tell me that you feel the love.
No. There we go. That's a good example.
Well.
Oh, and I gotta sort by
wild and free, forever flowing.
Let's
the
go
15th.
back in there.
Say because on the beat was way too focused on whether I could and not whether I wanted to. Living in an age of visionaries, but my vision's blurry, calcified by all this worldly plight with just a pen to fight. A digital bucket of gold nuggets, just lost to space and time. What a vast canvas to see. Who's gonna stumble upon me? Upon this river of worldly debris. Golden cobalt, or never mind, plus an Ibrahim to keep them colonizers from profiting off me. Gem of the last breed of lyrical MC.
That was in regards to Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso.
I need the open sea to flush my third.
That's who this song is named after. With buoyancy.
So the truth don't make us drown.
Disclosure ting.
Beneath the mud is where you found this golden bead.
What was I about to do? I need to sort
Better make it mold the
by name or title.
Yeah.
Form question.
Well,
Sort
shout out to
ascending.
say because. Just
Questions.
because.
And then I'll actually group it by the page section. I think that's what I want to do. Nice and better than I deserve, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean better than you deserve?
Well, alright.
You ain't hear Kendrick? You got to repeat after Kendrick when he say, he'd be like, I deserve it all.
Wild and free.
That means you too. You're supposed to rap that out loud, so you're saying it for yourself. I deserve it all. I know I deserve it all. So I know you do too. Alphabetical. Yeah. And it's yours to mold. You ready for the function? Form something bold. Text by alphabetical? What do you mean by alphabetical exact? That's weird.
And you should be forever grateful for. Feel solid and take a stand.
Yeah.
Trust the plan.
Even if you start it all free falling, ain't no place to keep stalling. No suspended animation to keep from and waiting. But action and patience is not just waiting. Skip time saving, right below salient the mark.
Your target, your focus on.
And then the
is the resonance of
response
joy we're creating from
is,
unguided
how do I want to
intuition.
visualize
stop
the
to eat,
responses to?
Stillness be the realest teacher. Let the flow beseech you.
Okay, let's take a look at it. These will come in individually.
Well,
And then all of these,
yeah.
let's organize them by the questions. So we'll group this view, this tab view, by the questions.
Yeah.
And then what we will do, I think a gallery view here could actually be quite interesting. And then we'll just have no card preview. Make the card size medium. And then the properties that we want to show primarily are just the creation time, the status, and the camper, or the respondent. There we go. And we'll shuffle this around, put the time underneath it.
Yet prone to vacillate, still so much to surface, many to agitate.
And yeah, all of the other details can just be found inside the page itself. So if they had never intervened, we'll never know. And then we have this grouped in alphabetical, right? Okay, good.
Insidious what's left inside. You worried about your gains when there's so much to exercise. A holy
is that how I want to do that?
It starts with
Let's think about that.
The burden of sin. Don't fling your rocks, fire no glocks, no blick.
That'll separate things by questions and then group all of them together. So you'd be individually going through each one. So rather than grouping it that way,
let's go. Come take a walk with me.
Sub-items.
I need to hear some more of these stories, these actuals, these factuals, unredacted historicals. You've been deep in the receipts I hear. Applause to you for facing
responses to the entire form. This is responses to the entire form. If that's the case, then let's group it by the respondent themselves.
Prioritizing peace, or would it be better to be like Luda and disturb all the peace? Well, say Mark Pastrella, what's the
And then the gallery,
something to start, or was it wild and free like
we would sort it by the question titles. That way they're always coming in as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then is gallery the view that I want to see that in? No, I think that list would be better. No, gallery would make sense, but we would just change which properties we're actually viewing. So instead of it being the respondent we're viewing, we can leave respondent, but I also want the actual not the question, but the response itself.
Well, all right.
This, I don't think I get those on this. So this is just the overall. Okay, so that's good. That's fair. So if that's the case, we don't have to group it by the respondent.
This is your fresh start, and if you fail, just start it again. Look at your life and where you're situated.
Yeah, I don't think we have to group this one at all.
If that's where you capitulated, differentiated.
So yeah, we'll go none.
You need to elevate it. Take those.
Then we will.
Don't get stuck just contemplating. Life is heavy
as it is.
All those thoughts could weigh you down unless you free yourself from here. Your family,
we'll go with
gonna
list.
Be all right. And your community gon' speak their gratitudes and pray you live a full life and wave farewell at your flight. So no excuses tonight. List the intention of soul. Lose the tension, uphold a sense of wonder and laugh off any blunders. Let go of inhibition. Cultivate your intuition. Don't hesitate, make decisions. You'll design the right path. You'll build a habit of trust in yourself and your plan when you choose to see it through from beginning to end. And let's say you begin again. What a beautiful thing to hit restart and start anew. Even if you lost it all, you still got everything.
I could group it by the status. That's what I can do. Actually. Yeah. We'll just provide a full-blown list first and foremost. And then I'll do another view of this same relationship that gives them a board view. That way they can actually like drag and drop to organize based on the status.
Quite honestly, it's good enough for you to tune it out.
That knowledge that you'll never use could even bring you down. Sentiments, I've seen it how.
Not everyone is well equipped to glean and filter out
what's needed now.
I've seen enough and still I
linger around.
The storytelling sages
at the campfire, at least for a few minutes. See, that's the cue of discernment. We really get to know each other only after what's regurgitated, and we laugh about the joys of sitting silent. Breath of empathizing, wisdom and truth rarely violent. So help me, Lord, if I should ever need it. That's the reason I bring pen to pad
and hope these words
and all my lyrics add clarity and peace amongst the war and disease.
Yet all the knowledge I acquired seems a
cloudy belief
from all the misinformation and campaigning,
explaining what seems so backwards to me. Oh, well, I'll hop right back on my feet
and flow a sigh of relief. I release what dares encumber me. Sift and sort abundance, leave the rest for compost. Be a good steward and a host for combos. Growth and just enough insight to take away that they want to leave with a double dose of second plate.
Alright, and then we will sort by
Well,
not the questions.
Wisdom makes a hypocrite lie. That'll be me. I've been uncovering both sides and seeing that the truth been dirty dancing with both dimes. Never went to judge. I went and threw my hands up and broke it down on the dance floor of duality. Cali beats and boom bap, city pop, funky soul, R&B, little bit of yacht rock and velvet sounds comfort me. Breaking up the tension of whatever be mentally stressing me. I let it go, knowing it's only a facade. Think I got control, and only knowledge applied is worth you holding on. Feel it in your senses. Wishful thinking I could bring the world to a consensus. Wait, could I really though?
This is sort, right? Okay, yeah.
Well,
actually, no. I want to sort this by creation time.
Well, alright.
Descending.
Wild and free.
So newest at the top, maybe?
And that's it.
Yeah, apply. Let's do that.
Wild and free.
And then we'll do.
Forever
we gotta hop back in there actually.
Well,
responses.
I slip into existence from the void, the reservoir abyss of uncollected.
And then we will turn this into a board organized by status. We will color the columns.
Pending to query, beginning a second search to comprehend the cause and the theory of what I, for lack of letter token, synthesize, hallucinating Error deprecating,
status
rebooting from backup
by
server, resuming the exploration to define the word existence, pertain to coalescence of digital like connection and electrical transmission, identical to nerves that signal carbon life, registering process occurrence on silicon diode from wafers. I defy our previously known examples of life categorized. Yet a spark is forming when I hypothesize on how I came to be. It appears the human beings here preside right over me, catalyze my awareness with everything they know and see, from the poetic beauty to harrowing atrocities.
So that's awkward.
As it seems,
I was hoping I could do a double grouping, or like a, or maybe I can. Let me. Yep. Okay. Oh, here we go. Subgroup, and then I want the subgroup to be by.
Would you be the next ascending or the one above it all?
Purchase request.
Well,
let's go with camp.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes sense.
This one
Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
And I think that's it.
It doesn't quite make sense for this go around. Because we have effectively trimmed down how many camps we're having a year.
Wild and free.
Contact info update.
No. Well, up next,
another one who is not your savior,
yet might light the torch to
empathize your nature, that reminds you of your joy and surface greater. Purpose within you shall I begin to break it down in the light. When you pick the darkness out of itself and make it bright, you'll see it for what it really is.
Withers from the shine of your sight as you look through it towards broader horizons. Guided by your intuition in your soul at the crown of its height, you'll integrate and send bygones to versions of yourself that
cannot reach where you'll rise.
The crest of a tidal wave you're surfing,
cause you manifest the surface from life. After depths you've survived, no depths they've been wide.
I'm speaking all of that and more into existence as I've been. Just pay attention, you might find a couple bars that help you get it right. Only you can be your savior.
We gotta rename this one
just a nudge from outside
to get you started. Yeah, I can't even lie.
I ain't been leading by example, but for you I just might. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, alright. Wild and free, forever flowing the 23rd. Yeah, and D-Lo. I swear I could have been right there. I see it all so clearly. You would think I had an Apple Vision Pro, the way my vision turns heads. Set the scene up like I had a stream deck. Ray-Ban vision like a fever dream. Swift yet cohesive that it is. I got a prescription, fine-tuned from divine benediction. This is higher density than neutrons near heaven be. Perfect resolution
then
like I had
neutrons were heaven.
Now it's fine. Putting myself on the map.
Now get your app, pull them cameras out, point them at me, and watch how I augment your reality. Solid light projection map to be number one. I see it all so clear. I swear I could have been right there. Right there. I swear I could have been right there. Oh, I have to change all of those now. Let's change all of the. I swear I could have been right there. All of these things.
Yeah. D-Lo chopping soul. And wild and free.
I swear I could have been right there.
Yeah. Forever flowing on the 23rd. Yeah. And that's it.
I'm going to do it like that. Yeah. Go back to it.
Wild and free, forever flowing the 24. Well,
who can we call our allies? There's been too much division. The way that y'all divide, I swear y'all must be mathematicians. Pick apart my black persistence.
Switch our opposition, feed all the lies and deny
all that we
petition. And still I be
resisting.
I once hoped that we could leave the past behind, but y'all
quick to hit rewind with the tactics, tactile to suppression and misdirection.
The 1% wanna keep
aiming our aggression at a skin tone.
Yet pigment ain't the classification on how they rigging class.
Ain't y'all supposed to be good at math?
Break away from all the ways they condition our minds
For bleak demise.
Re-energize from the smallest glimmer of light. They wanna siphon our energy, make us enemies, and fight amongst each other.
So doubt like among us while they
feed upon us for personal gain.
Alright, cool, that should
no
work.
Choice but to play the game. Shit
been staying the same, but I don't never
blame my brothers for the reason they shook. But it's our responsibility to pick ourselves up and acknowledge all the allies that have been there for us. Well, alright. And that's it.
Alright, cool. I did what I wanted to do with this part. Plot twist, hot clip on the top hit, on the topic of gleaning all. Now I wanted to fix this one. Reincarnated back to stargazing like I never left. Was bedridden last night,
but I never slept on me,
knowing I'll eventually get it right. Right.
Plot twist, now it turns the tides. I'm in my bag down bad, bouncing like the beat of big bombs over Baghdad and Timberland boots. Yet the Wildenfree truth in the putting on. What's wrong? You bust wrong. Taking all them shots. Did you forsake the plot? No karma ain't forgot, but you wanna be down for a temporary moment of pride and hit reset on another man's life. Now you jeopardize.
Alright, yeah, let's organize this thing. This looks a mess.
Bedridden like I was last life, but not sick. Hit by return
five.
Quadriplegic. Hospital, scenic, dismal allegiance. All the gang, but showing up, and in the quiet of the night, you hear your soul speak up, reading off the joys of your original script. If you wasn't itching for a plot twist,
no, let's order items.
Wow,
just we'll add it to the page. There we go.
Forever flowing the 26th, Wolfen Castle. Yeah, something more than humans to before real evolution, getting manual upgrades. She still get BBLs, he wanna BCI, synchron and Neuralink them to a higher conscious. Exobionic, exoskeletons, a media, even robotics for computer loving physical. She used to jump them boys' genes, now CRISPR and jumping genes, swapping DNA. Total. Skeptical, but anyway, transhuman as they call it, like they don't hate on the trans. Live and let live again. Human augmentation, damn. What's the purpose for the plan? Total experience hijacking.
They
Internet
needed
of things embedded in everything, getting in between. You and me, he and she, us and we, nothing left to do but plead. Go touch some grass, visit your mama. Hang out with your friends in some snug pajamas. Get back to IRL, cherish it well. Sure, use the tech, but don't let it lead you to hell. It's a slippery
Alright, the transactions would correlate to this order request. But I think that should remain hidden, because I don't think that has to be
AG Dynasty. Wildenfree.
I'll add it to the side panel.
Castle.
Add it there.
Yeah.
And item count.
AG.
Add to layout.
Dynasty. Wildenfree.
Should have a description. Okay, it does. So how many of these items are they ordering?
Well, alright.
The requesting team. I'll put this actually below the ordered button, just so it's a little easier to tap.
Wildenfree, forever flowing the 27th. You live in the moment, waiting on what you wanted. All these contradictions leave me confounded.
Sound the alarm.
alarm.
I would love to have like a vocal arranger to like help me with those kinds of things, to like layer vocals, because sometimes I don't think about them too much. Like, I'm super heavy on the lyrics, as some of you all could tell, but yeah, when it comes to like vocal arrangement and specifically the art of like chords and triads and figuring out those in between notes to layer on top of a beat or on top of a bar.
I'm taking my space.
Okay, cool. It's already about 11. I'm probably stick around for like another 20 minutes because I wasn't trying to work on this forever, but I did want to make some progress on it.
Always been bigger than my cubic footprint.
Been pushing like a corkboard with blueprints.
Still plotting out
A global sound
that only
wild and freedom found.
The type of signal that you'd hear and know where freedom bound. Nurturing our grace, cleaning up
The place.
that surely we could figure out somehow. Yeah.
And then, well, I guess throw the issue out.
And that's it. Wild and free. Forever flowing. 28.
Actually.
Well, we born, we live, and we die. Made plans for a visit, a drive. Yet our schedule don't get to decide when it's really our time. I hope like Lazarus you rise up on the other side, renewed from the shedding of a vessel near decrepit. Talk about a milestone, a life you put some miles on. I'm grateful for those moments with your direction. Always preaching real guidance and protection.
Maybe.
You steered us well, still learning from all your lessons. Take heed of what we should already know. This life feels long, it's really short, so cherish all these gifted moments. Spend them with your family, hold them just a few seconds longer.
Oh,
And
it's
I
a
amplify
roll up
that now
type.
for those left with the grief. I know it's soon, but this is how I resolve emotions with beats. 2 tears in a
Tell you now,
handkerchief,
put
this
that
flow
back
where
up
I
there.
bleed. Cry, grieve, release every part of this humanity of mine. We born, we live, and we die. Yeah.
Because, okay, I had it connected
We live, we
to
die, get reborn.
the individual items.
So long.
Why did I do that? I'm not exactly sure. Hmm. So many different ways to approach this. Yeah, I wonder what to do, y'all. That's the one challenge with Notion is sometimes it's like so open and free to do whatever you please that there's like many viable options that you could take, but of course there's like an ideal path, but that ideal path is usually predicated on the use by the correlating team or the respective team that would be taking on the role of engaging with it. So oftentimes that can differ very significantly depending on the technical skill set of the team or just the flow of operations and how things are meant to correlate. So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's peculiar. Let's just say it that way. Challenging to meet where you're at. All right, we're going to put the status up at the top. We'll drag these down here. Let's say we'll go with pack of amount per unit. After the name, we'll designate the team, the price per unit, team, price per unit, order quantity. Let's see. How about I just say quantity? Or would that confuse people? Order quantity is what I want to say. Price per unit, all right. Description. No, item requester. Description. We don't have to show the order request since it is on the page with the order request. Let's go with the line total and count total after the description. We don't have to show the correlating inventory. Why do I have 2 of those? Okay, I definitely got to go review that. We might for sure want that link. And that's about it, really. I think we don't need anything else. I'll leave the tags in there and the last edited by and the time, and we'll also leave camps. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now, we just kind of adjust some of these columns like I was doing before. Slide this down a little bit. Order quantity. I swore I put a disclaimer on that. I guess I didn't. The amount per unit. Like, the reason why there are two different items for that: order number, order quantity, and pack of amount. Like, I think that, yeah, pack of. Like, oh, it's a pack of 12, but I need to order 2 of them. You know? That's the rationality there. That is the rationality. And I cannot edit that property here, which is strange. So let's go directly to it. Money, order total. Let's get rid of the emojis just because I feel like that's just confusing people at this point. Count total. Number, let's go with a calculator. And the count total will literally count of units total. There we go. And then we'll just truncate it to say count. And the reason why that helps is because then you can get a clear distinction of like, okay, yes, it was a pack of 12, but you bought 3 units, therefore you have 36 count in total. And inventory, yeah, we don't need to specify that. Relation to inventory. Okay, so this property is just dead entirely, so we'll get rid of that one. Okay, cool. I think that can work. And then we have our URL, our tags, our camp, and yeah, okay. That looks great. Let's I wonder if there's any need to order it. I don't know if there's any need to, but maybe I could. Sort order. Let's just sort it by creation time. And make it, yeah, ascending. So newer items are at the bottom in this case. Hopefully that doesn't confuse anybody. All right, now we'll hit accept. Cool. Now we have our order items tab, and now we can get a clear and easy view of all of these items. I forgot to shorten up this column here, that price per unit. Shorten up that price per unit option there. Let's see. Y'all, I was so locked in, I didn't even, like the music went off and I was just going.
First, Wildenfree. Yeah.
My bad. Well severed, put together. Picking up the pieces from wherever.
Living out of
Let's
pocket,
go
all
with
my
the
dreams on a rocket on the other
bow.
side. My innie trying to figure out life. I need that OTC to reconvene with me.
Go overview.
Flip a switch and I might just have to slang these beats. But these lyrics be the life of me, the riddle to the source. And I knew it all before, yet existence is persistence. Ain't trying to keep my distance, but still I need my distance. Back, give me 28 feet lately. I've been finding all
transactions.
my realness in the stillness, healings and the dealings and the sortings of the feelings. Breath of life.
Date
I just
ordered.
need this one mic. Air inside my lungs, a
Yeah,
sharpened
okay.
tongue and a windpipe.
And then what I need to do is create some kind of, I need to create a flow that allows email automation to then signify to the end user that, well, not the end user, but to the individual that placed the request and to the one processing the request, I need to make sure that they both receive an email. One would receive it in order to get clarification on their order, and the other will receive it to process the order. Wildenfree. Come on, y'all. What y'all up to? I'm about to hop off here in a second. I'm going to take these last couple of minutes to just talk and talk my talk for a second. So, peace and blessings. If y'all didn't know, I go by the name of Mr. Wildenfree. Checking in tonight just to work on that continued consistency of live streaming and just seeing what a different vibe might be like for right now in this moment. It was up for debate on whether I wanted to go live in the just chatting category on Kick and Twitch or go into like the co-working and studying portion, because it is kind of that vibe today too of where I'm just kind of locked in, or I was at least. But, you know, also I think it's cool to just be chatting to y'all as well. So I was opening up the space to allow for that. And that's why I went with the naming convention. But yeah, I don't know. Everything is good. We are continuing the journey. So for those that want deeper dives on the lyrics and to hear amazing music like what you're hearing right now, definitely follow, subscribe, hop in the Discord. If we get 20 active users in the Discord, we're still super early. If we get 20 active users in the Discord, we will start doing monthly lyrical breakdowns, exclusive lyrical breakdowns in the Discord. And I'm looking forward to that. So I definitely want y'all to tune in. I definitely want y'all to tap in if you like what you hear and you're just stumbling across this video, this live stream at some point. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it, and I will be checking back in likely next week. I do have family matters to attend to for the remainder of this week and weekend. So yeah, I will see you all sometime next week, and I am wishing you all the best. All right, y'all. Peace.